We had about 108 players in this week. Many of them we didn't know. 30 of them we personally called and invited. Those were players that we had seen, heard of, have good connections. And what we tried to do is split the groups originally with the 80 players that we don't know much about. Now we do research them. They do give us resumes and things like that. So we have a bit of an idea, but not as much as we do about the 30. So what we try to do is play the 30 against each other, split the two in half, 15 players per team, and then try to find out who we feel the best players are of the 80 and get them switched over and move them with that group of 30. It's interesting. It's hard to compare all of the combines because they're all so very different. We started this originally with far less players, and it was just players we knew something about. Now it's grown quite a bit, and we try to give anybody who is looking for the opportunity to play that chance to show us over 3 days. So what I would tell you is that in the past we've had players such as Clyde Sims, Sasha Gores, Tim Brown, who's a national team player and played in the World Cup for New Zealand in some of our past trials. So we've been very lucky, very fortunate. Also over the past years, every team now has their own combine. The league has combines. So it's a little bit different landscape than it once was. So very difficult to compare this year's with some of the past years. It was okay. There were some good players. There were quite a few players we talked about and debated. I do believe we will choose and end up signing at least 1 or 2 players from this year. Combines are always interesting because we always go in with a plan, what we're looking for, and as the days, as those 3 days go on, sometimes things change. You have to go in with an open mind. What players don't understand sometimes is that we'll go in looking for some positions that we need to fill, and then what might happen is we really fall in love with a player. We really like what a player has to bring, has to offer, and even though we might have that position, we feel like best player available is always important. So what we always look to do is strengthen the squad the best we can. So to be honest with you, this year we went in looking to strengthen the squad from the bottom, try to bring in some young guys that we felt like we could develop. There were plenty of college players there. So we feel like we've got to get 1 or 2, and that's what we're looking for. So, it's always a success when you can sign somebody out of your combines. No, I think it's great. I think everybody, as a kid grows up, soccer players, they all want to know what it's about and how good they are. And it's one thing that the combine provides is not only the chance to play, but it gives you an idea where you stand, how good you really are, how good the other players are around you, and how much talent there really is in this country. And I believe to some players it's a bit of an eye-opener. They're good players in their local leagues at home, and to be honest, it's you find out that there are so many good players out there that it's it can be difficult. And for some players, it gives them a bit of closure. Hey, they understand now that maybe they aren't at that level, and so be it. And they have a good time. They go out. A lot of players this week enjoyed it, and got a lot of thank yous at the end of the day. And for whatever reason, it was a success. Yeah, it's amazing. Sometimes you look at the resumes from all the players that come out, especially those that you don't know, and you'll find we've probably had 15 different countries represented. We probably had 30 states, kids from 30 or 20, 25, 30 states represented. It's always interesting, and people are looking for an opportunity. I think our club provides not only the opportunity, but we've been around for 20 years, so people know us, know who we are, and know that we have a good product. So, it's a great way to find out if they can play or not. I kind of alluded to that question a little bit before. We absolutely go into each trial looking to add players to strengthen our team. This year we'll have 1 or 2. Last year we signed 4. So every year is a bit different. As our needs are different each year. So it's an ongoing process. even throughout the year. I mean, you always look to strengthen and add from, from the outside as the season gets going. You have injuries, you have, maybe things aren't going the way you want them to go. We feel like maybe we need to strengthen one of the aspects of our group. So, we're always continuing to look. We always continue to call people in at any given time. So it's always, a great starting point for us to do that.